report suspicious activities and call 911 for immediate response. Expect delays, searches of personal property, and restricted access to public buildings. Expect traffic delays and restrictions. Take personal security precautions to avoid becoming a victim of an attack. Avoid crowded public areas and gatherings. Do not travel into areas affected.
I will show you like a little bit of advice how to film by yourself. It's a very interesting thing to do for me. Like I love it. Sometimes you just want to go out, be on your own. Nobody is like talking or like nobody's influencing in your own ideas. And also because of my last movie was mostly shot by myself, I wanted to just show you how my thought process was and to share it with you, that you can go out and create something on your own. So first thing I always do is take notes. I always think about those shots I want to do, and it just helps to have like a list to rely on, like a simple shot list. This can be everything. Like I always do this like on my phone, and then it's just like this, and you can like just check those thingies, and then you're like good to go. What I also like to do is to add an angle, like how I want to shoot it. For example, I just write down vending machine wide angle shot or vending machine medium shot. Afterwards, I will just check them and just make sure that everything I want to shoot, like when I'm filming, is already done. Also, what can help you if you're like still in preparation for your video is creating a mood board. Mood boards are helping you like to get like a vibe, like how you want to create it. It's like a very good way to start a project. This can be everything. This can be music videos. This can be like movies on Netflix, whatever. It just helps to get a vibe and to get inspired. So what I like to do is to do at least 3 shots. For example, we start with a wide angle shot, then we have the medium shot, and then with the close-up shot, for example. But you can like vary those shots. I did it in my last video I started with a medium shot when I was working, just to introduce the audience to a new scene. Then I switched to a close-up to see my face, to show the emotions I have right now. I'm busy, like I'm working on something. And then the third one, what would be like another close-up. So you can vary those shots. A way to go is always start with a wide angle, then switch to a close-up or like to a medium shot. It's also smart to just do more shots than you have to, because you can be in a situation when you're in post-production, like you edit your video, everything is fine, then suddenly, oh shit, I don't have enough footage, which can be like a very, not good, very exhausting of course, but yeah, just make sure you maybe film a little bit more than you are planned to do. Okay, when we do like these different shots, I also really like to add movements. So I will use this example again from the vending machine. I try to act like in the same way. Like I'm not an actor, but I try to. So I just did like the scratch thing there. I just did that, and then I did the same like in the close-up, which is pretty cool because now is the cool part. You can match the movements, so it becomes more smooth. What also helps, like to do more variations of your acting in front of the camera, so you just don't have to run always to your camera to check it. So you have a variety of shots to check, because yeah, you're the only person there, and I had that example as well. My head was cut off, or like it wasn't like very like not sharp enough. So yeah, this is the way to go. Like always check. It's very save some time as well. The tripod is helping you to get like very good cool angles and like just to do more cool stuff. When you don't want to bring a tripod, there's also GorillaPods. They're like very small tripods in a way, but they're like also just helping you to get like cool shots as well. If you don't have a GorillaPod like me and don't sometimes have like a tripod, or you just don't want to bring your tripod, it also just helps to use your environment. I used it for some shots. I just used that setup. I just had a bottle and I used my ND filter just to adjust my lens, which was kind of wild, but it works and it turned out very well. Be brave, but be careful though. If you find yourself in a situation filming in a city yourself, it can be like a little bit weird. You certainly get some looks, but to be honest, just do it. It's like always go out of your comfort zone and it will like bring you so cool shots. For example, I did that shot in the 7-Eleven in Japan and I was just like, oh, I don't know about that. But then I was just like asking the owner of the place or like some employees there, and there was no problem with it. It takes off a lot of pressure of you. You have more time for your shots and you're like good to go. Like people are still looking at you, but I don't mind. You don't have to, just do your thing. You're gonna be fine. It's good. In Germany, we would say, get to the bacon. I'm not quite sure if I should use that phrase. It's kind of cringe. Go for creative shots. Sometimes it happens when you have to improvise. In that shot, I didn't have like a tripod. I was just sure I want a shot of like a massage chair, so I did that. But yeah, I really love this angle. It's a unique angle. I never tried that before, and I just used the desk. Also, when you're at home, you have so much variety. You can use like a microwave, you can use your fridge, you can use your washing machine as a like unique angle kind of way. What I also like to do is to do match cuts. It's just smooth, it's pretty easy to do, and I really didn't plan this. So I had this shot when I just walking just away from the camera, and this guy also did this, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't tell him to just walk in front of the camera. But yeah, it's also cool to do. You just have to adjust the 2 frames post in Premiere Pro, DaVinci, whatever. Yeah, if you want to know about this more, we can do like a separate video on that. It's pretty simple, but if you want to, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, getting cinematic. Alright, so cinematic is like a term everyone heard at one time, but how to actually achieve cinematic shots? Alright, so what I like to do is to use foreground and to play with depth in a way. So I did this like that shot where I had 2 waycarers there and just looks cool. It just gives a more unique feeling to your composition what you just created, and it's more likely to get your audience hooked in a way. What also helps to get like more cinematic is to have like a little bit of focus. Okay, so how to achieve focus? It's pretty easy. You just have to use like a very small aperture, like my lens for example do 1.8, which is pretty good. I use that technique a lot, especially combining it with foreground. It just gives like more depth. I also like to add camera movement, but now you're wondering, wow, how do we add camera movement if we all film by ourselves? So it's pretty easy. We just add camera movement in the post-production, so that works. The sun is coming out actually. It helps to have like an ND filter when the sun is coming out, like it was just like there. And it's just like give like a more cinematic feeling because you have like the opportunity to use small aperture, which is like 1.8 or something like that. Story just adds more sense and more meaningness in your film or like in your shots, which is pretty cool. And it's pretty easy, like just to have like a few shots which make sense. Like especially we can do this like especially when we do our notes like in the first steps in this video. And what I like to do is just to have like a simple story, like an introduction, a beginning, then we have the main part, and in the end like like a sense of closure. So for example, you wake up, then you're like doing your everyday routine and then go to sleep. This is a story. It can be that easy. It doesn't have to be like crazy one. It also helps like to end with like noise in a way. So I just had this curtain and it was just like putting it down, and I was just like nice thing to end with, like with a sound thing. Okay, I appreciate you watched this video until now. It's just like it's been a while to be in front of the camera, so I'll be better. It was a challenge though to be in front of the camera again. It was not that easy, but like if you want to, you can subscribe me, like this video. I appreciate that very much, and just give me feedback. Yeah, you want to like have those videos like that more, or you want to have, I don't know, what do you want? Tell me. All right, have a good night, have a good day, whatever, wherever you watch it. Goodbye.